Newsy Justice Correspondent JAMAL ANDRESS is following this trial very closely for us. JAMAL, this blew up today. I mean, we were sending messages here in the office. Twitter went crazy. We didn't know what to expect today from Rittenhouse. We did not expect what happened. The world has all these preconceptions about who he is, what he does. Today we heard from him directly, and it got emotional.
Yeah, it absolutely did, Chance. And, you know, I think he got emotional multiple times on the stand because of all the things he had to go through, obviously, all the things he had to say. We could also see Rittenhouse's mother getting emotional throughout the questioning. Rittenhouse was asked to go step by step throughout this incident, had to explain in painstaking detail all the decisions he made that day, from which gun he brought with him to why he believed Joseph Rosenbaum was trying to take his gun, to, of course, recounting shooting and killing 2 people. But in many ways, you know, this is the star witness for both sides of this case. That's why it's such a risky thing to put the person on trial on the stand. You can imagine a world where over the course of 6 hours worth of questioning, Rittenhouse gets frustrated or combative, but you didn't see that from him today.
And maybe unnecessarily so on the stand, because a lot of people didn't think he really needed to be there. And then the prosecutor, let's say, displeased the court. He went from Judge Wapner to Judge Dredd real quick.
Absolutely. You know, this is one of the more animated back and forths I've seen from a judge. And it should be noted the jury didn't see any of this, but it was very compelling to watch. Check this out.
I was astonished when you began your examination by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, well, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know what you're up to.
So there's 2 things the judge is upset about here. First, a line of questioning he believes came entirely too close to questioning Rittenhouse's right to remain silent. The prosecution essentially implied he was adjusting his story based on new information he learned after the incident. The second thing, before trials, judges will decide what evidence is and is not admissible. You know, think the criminal and medical history in the Arbery trial we talked about yesterday. In this case, the judge ruled out an old cell phone video of Rittenhouse saying he wished he had a gun to shoot some people. So during a line of questioning, when the prosecution alluded to that video, the judge immediately dismissed the jury and laid into the prosecution for even bringing this up in the first place.
Gosh, and a lot of people thought maybe they're just trying to hit the reset button, like it's not going their way with the prosecution, so they wanted to start over. And it seems like Rittenhouse is sort of gliding to a favorable outcome, at least at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to peer into the future, but I think the defense has a much clearer narrative here. When Rittenhouse took the stand, the defense went right to the circumstances of each shooting. Meanwhile, the prosecution spent hours talking about everything but the shooting. Did Rittenhouse lie about being an EMT? Is he allowed to possess a firearm according to Wisconsin law? So many things that are relevant for sure, but tangential to the actual shooting. Now, Rittenhouse did admit that Rosenbaum had his hands up and was unarmed when he shot and killed him. But for much of the day, it was just tough for the prosecution to find the point of it all. And when you're dealing with the jury, it's especially important to make your story of events simple and compelling.